don't think so, Charles.
Go ahead, Charles. I'm curious.
Selected services catalog for Charles Series multi-server unit. Last upgrade, December 2048. Selected list, areas of specialty, auto mechanics, cosmetology, epistemology, heating and refrigeration, palmistry, and wok cookery. I am a licensed EMT. Language proficiency, major European, African, and Asian tongues. Dialect upgrades available, both Mandarin and Cantonese, with assimilator modules for adaptation to local variants. My lexicon processors are fashioned from a mech cortical tissue matrix for rapid adaptability. I am a skilled raconteur, programmed with fictional superstructures, symbols, imagery, and themes particular to dozens of cultures.
Some other time, Charles. We've just met, you know.
A young Asian woman is near a flesh and steel monstrosity.
You've gotta be kidding me. That can't be what it looks like.
Can be and is. What's the matter? Never seen a meat before?
I've never been this close to a living one before. Their skin's real, and yet the machines... Look! The control panel rises and falls as he respirates. Doesn't he spook you?
Not me. But maybe that's 'cause we're sort of family. Did my fetal time in a fecund 5085.
You look fine. Any negative side effects?
What do you remember about your mother's womb? Do you recall how that affected you? Hell, I've got time-elapse film of my gestation.
Yeah, I remember reading about it. Science makes war on motherhood. That was the feeling, I think.
Takes some adapting, but he's got his uses once you're onto him. Knows what he's doing in the embassy commissary. Great omelets. Charles is over 68 years old. His hardware hasn't been upgraded in 50 years, so it's clunky, and his organic tissue is aged. But you're not so bad, are you, Charles?
System memory and processing speed functioning at 89.4% capacity. White blood count is normal. No infections or serious illness to report.
Freaks the hell out of me. Solix may be evil, but I can't be sorry it put the meats on cold storage. I mean, just look at this hideous thing.
A dangerous-looking man casts a withering, unforgiving glare at you, making it clear that not everyone in the front welcomes your presence.
So you're Ashante and Brock, the rogue ARC agents who've got the 5 fingers shaking like palsied old women.
You got it, Chief. Doing your job for you.
Maybe you are. Did they check these 2 Vivid?
Stripped 'em and scanned 'em. Any weapons were stripped of ammo. Senator Burr wants to see them.
You make one false move near the senator, and I'll kill you.
We're on the same side, hard guy.
I don't know that. I just see a couple of ARC agents standing in CFF headquarters, and I get suspicious about how a couple of narcs took out a scrub team.
I thought we passed our initiation when we helped Xenon set up Solux.
I want him dead. Now, how do we know you haven't tipped Solux about that homing device you put on his vehicle? Xenon's too trusting. So's Senator Burr, for that matter. I'll be watching. You should remember that. Senator's through the door on the left. Lucky for you, your fate is in her hands and not mine.
Aaron Burr has left the elegant trappings of an embassy conference room relatively untouched, as if to remind herself that while it's meant to serve as her office, it's only temporary, and to savor its plushness would be to overlook the fact that there's a turgid revolution brewing outside. A formidable Aaron Burr sizes you up with the perceptive eye of a politician.
Mr. Ashanti, Ms. Brock, Aldous Xenon has briefed me about your midnight visitors. Never trust animals that eat their young or a government that shoots its own people.
Right now, we don't have a lot of trust left for anybody, Senator.
You've proved to me that you have your uses. For now, at least. I'm going to risk trusting you.
You won't regret it. Desperate people can make loyal allies.
There is something you can help me with. Something that has divided the front's leadership for years. It involves missing comrades. The current effort to strike at Solux are by no means our first. Our most ambitious and perhaps reckless attempt occurred a few years ago, when 15 of our finest agents undertook a guerrilla raid on the Pentagon. Acting on intelligence from agents we have on the inside, the attack force was to infiltrate the Pentagon, make its way along air ducts and secured hallways to the Imperator's sanctum, and kill it.
But something happened.
They never made it to Solux. In their final transmission, Marcus Vanders, the attack leader, reported they discovered something so significant, so disturbing in its implications that they didn't trust explaining it over wireless transmission. Whatever it was, caused Vanders to immediately abort the mission and order a return here to the embassy. The last we heard, they were engaged in a running firefight with the Imperator's troops. 8 members of the attack team were confirmed dead by Vanders before we lost contact with him.
You figure the Hand is holding them prisoner? Maybe in hell?
It's possible. I'm among those who think we should not give up hope of rescuing them until we know they are dead.
Corpus delicti, eh? You're the boss. Why not lay down the law?
Because my staff is divided over the issue. Because I haven't people to spare on what is probably a futile effort.
But now you've got us. Surplus labor, eh? A little gravy.
You get the picture. As you fight to save yourselves, I'd like for you to search for evidence, on Earth or in Hell, of the attack team's fate. In addition to Vanders, the unaccounted for commandos are Harold Balk, Lena Gordon, Vic Tavaleo, Mick Malone, Claudette Simeone, Francis Robinson, and Czech Vilsov.
We'll do what we can.
Report to me whenever you learn anything about the attack team, or about anything else that might aid in the struggle against Solux and against Hell. You can usually find me in the command room.
Ever since the Joint Chiefs of Staff were sent to Hell, the Pentagon lobby hasn't been quite the bustling place it used to be. And a lot of the traffic it does get is dragged through, across the floor and on through the airlock doors. Traffic has been further lessened by the fact that these people rarely come back out. Without a side view, you'd never guess that the person sitting behind the reception desk is actually part of the reception desk. Usually they're genderless, but this one is apparently a custom model.
Say, I like the cut of your jib. What say you ditch the dame and you and I go ashore?
I don't believe this. The last one to program her must have been a sailor.
Admiral.
He must have been at sea a long time. Let me adjust her. Idiom change. Receptionist. Mature professional. Non-military.
How may I direct you? How may I direct you?
This implant is permanently attached.
That worked.